Ozoma and Uchenna were a well-respected couple in a small Igbo village near the Enugu Hills. Despite their love for each other and their good standing in the community, their hearts were heavy with sorrow. For many years, they had been unable to conceive a child. This was a source of deep pain for them, as in their culture, having children was seen as a blessing from the gods, and that childlessness was often viewed as a sign of misfortune. Every day, Ozema and Uchenna would visit the village shrine, offering sacrifices and praying fervently to the gods to bless them with a child. The entire village, knowing their plight, would often join in these prayers, hoping that the gods would hear their plea. One night, after many years of waiting, Ozioma had a vivid and mysterious dream. In the dream, a beautiful woman, dressed in a flowing white garment, appeared before her. The woman radiated a serene and powerful energy, her presence filling Ozoma with both awe and comfort. The woman spoke to Ozoma in a voice that was soft but filled with authority. She told Ozoma that her prayers had finally been answered and that she would soon conceive a child. However, the woman also gave a warning. Dark forces, envious of their impending joy, would seek to harm the child. She urged Ozoma to be vigilant and to place her trust in the gods to protect her family. When Ozoma awoke, she felt a mixture of joy and apprehension. She immediately told Uchenna about the dream, and together they decided to follow the advice of the mysterious woman. Over the next few months, Ozma and Uchenna performed various protective rituals and made offerings to the gods, hoping to secure their unborn child's safety. Soon, Ozma discovered she was pregnant, just as the woman in the dream had foretold. The couple was overjoyed, and the village celebrated the news with great excitement. 9 months later, Ozma gave birth to a healthy baby boy. They named him Chibike, which means God is my strength, in honor of the divine intervention that had brought him into their lives. Chibike was no ordinary child. From a young age, he displayed a wisdom and calmness beyond his years. His presence brought an unusual sense of peace and joy to everyone he encountered. The villagers adored him, often calling him the child of the gods. However, Ozma never forgot the warning from her dream and remained constantly vigilant even as she reveled in the joy of motherhood. Unknown to Ozoma and Uche, a powerful witch lived in the same village. Her name was Adama. Adama was a woman of great beauty, but her heart was filled with envy and malice. She had always desired the things she could not have, and when she saw the happiness that Chibuike brought to Ozoma and Uchenna, her jealousy grew. She became she became obsessed with the child, seeing him as a tool she could use to increase her own dark powers. Adama was known to the villagers as a healer, but few knew of the dark ritual she performed in secret. She had been watching Chibuike since his birth, waiting for the right time to strike. One stormy night, when the wind howled through the trees and the rain fell heavily, Adama decided to make her move. She gathered the ingredients for a powerful sleeping spell and made her way to Ozoma and Uchenna's hut. As the storm raged outside, Adama cast the spell over the hut, ensuring that everyone inside would remain in a deep sleep until morning. She then entered the hut, her heart pounding with anticipation. She found Chibuike sleeping peacefully in his cradle and quickly wrapped him in a blanket, sneaking him out into the night. Adama carried Chibuike deep into the forest to a hidden shrine where she performed her dark rituals. She intended to sacrifice the child to a powerful spirit in exchange for even greater magical abilities. However, as she prepared the ritual, strange things began to happen. The trees around them seemed to come alive, their branches reaching out as if trying to protect the child. The air grew thin with a powerful energy, and Adamma felt a sudden, inexplicable fear. Meanwhile, back at the village, Ozoma awoke with a start. She immediately sensed that something was wrong and rushed to check on Chibike. When she found his cradle empty, she let out a heart-wrenching scream that echoed through the village. Uchenna and the villagers quickly gathered, and a search for the missing child began. But no matter how hard they searched, there was no trace of Chibike. Desperate and filled with fear, Ozioma and Uchenna went to the village chief, who immediately summoned the diviner. The diviner, a wise and powerful seer, consulted with the spirits and revealed that Chibuike had been taken by Adamma. He also warned that Adamma intended to sacrifice the child before dawn and that there was little time to save him. The diviner instructed Ozioma and Uchenna to gather certain sacred herbs and perform a ritual by the great Iroko tree at the edge of the forest. This tree was said to be powerful. This tree was said to be a powerful connection to the spirit world and dwelling place of protective spirits. The ritual, the divider said, would call upon the gods to intervene and stop Adama before it was too late. Ottoman Uchenna, along with a few trusted elders, quickly gathered the herbs and made their way to the Iroko tree. They lit a fire and began the ritual, chanting prayers to the gods and the spirits of the ancestors. The flames danced higher and higher as the energy in the sky intensified. Back in the forest, Adama was growing increasingly uneasy. The more she tried to complete the ritual, the more the forest seemed to resist her. The wind howled through the trees, and the ground beneath her began to tremble. She could feel the presence of something far more powerful than her dark magic closing in on her. Suddenly, the earth shook violently, and the ground beneath Adama's feet began to crack open. Vines and trees emerged from the ground, wrapping around her legs and pulling her towards the earth. Terrified, Adama tried to free herself, but the more she struggled, the tighter the vines held her. With a final scream, she was pulled into the earth, disappearing without a trace. As Adama was swallowed by the earth, and the forest grew still, and a calm descended upon the land, she became unharmed and seemingly untouched by the chaos around him, was gently laid on the forest floor by unseen hands. The villagers, guided by the diviner's vision, found Chibuike and brought him back to his parents. Ozima and Uchenna were overjoyed to have their son back, and the entire village celebrated his safe return. They knew that the gods had protected Chibuike and had delivered justice to Adamma. From that day on, Chibuike was cherished even more, for everyone in the village knew that he was truly a child of the gods. The story of Chibuike and the stolen child became a legend in the village, passed down through generations as a reminder that good will always triumph over evil and that the gods watch over those who are pure of heart. Ozoma and Uchenna lived the rest of their days in peace, grateful for the blessing of their son and the protection of the gods.